right, so I'm going out. It's December 26th, and we're gonna check the aftermath of Winter Storm Elliott. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I've already had one flight canceled. That was our last flight for today, day one. So I'm not sure where I'm overnighting. I was supposed to overnight in Spokane, and my flight from Sacramento to Spokane has canceled. It canceled yesterday, it canceled last night, and there's no update on our board. So cross your fingers. Let's go. That is the line to check in. If anyone knows DIA, the ticket counters are on the other side, so they are looped around. All right, forgot to introduce myself. My name's Elizabeth. I'm a flight attendant with a major U.S. carrier. I thought I forgot my badge. I was panicking. I dug through all my stuff and praise God it was in there. There is a procedure if you don't have a badge, but in this current system-wide kind of meltdown, getting a hold of anyone to make that procedure happen probably would have been near impossible. We are full, still don't know where we're sleeping tonight. Yeah, I'm C, so I'm in the middle, and we're gonna get started. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start. It's day one still. It is 4:30 Pacific time, so 5:30 Denver time. I had to be at the airport at 4:35. We had 3 flights on our schedule. It was Denver to San Diego to Sacramento. Our third flight was supposed to be Sacramento to Spokane, which is where we were supposed to overnight. But that got canceled the night before. 5:25 p.m.-ish on Christmas Day, that last flight was canceled. But nothing changed on my schedule. So we worked the 2 flights, got those out, got to Sacramento, still no changes. Our pilots, who were the same ones who were supposed to take us to Spokane, they got a deadhead, which is when you sit in a passenger seat but were being paid. They got a deadhead for later in the day, and they were given what's called a day room. For our flight attendant contract, Sacramento is not a crew base for us. If you have a 4-hour or more sit, you can call scheduling and request a room. But there's no way you can't get through to scheduling. You can't get through. I'm talking people have been on hold for up to 20 hours. 20 hours, guys. I apologize to anyone who has been caught up in this mess. From the bottom of my heart, I pray that this is some sort of wake-up call, that we will improve our technology, which needs to be improved. People think the flight attendants are on strike. That was said to one of my other crewmates. One of the operations agents here in Sacramento asked if we were on strike. We're not on strike, guys. We're lost. We are legitimately lost. We're lost. I'm currently still lost. So I'm in a hotel. What happened, Elizabeth? What happened today? So we get to Sacramento. I think we land at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we start to sit, and 2 of my crewmates get on the phone to scheduling to try and find out like what we're supposed to do, where we're supposed to go, what's next. We move different areas. We were sitting in the food court. I had a burger. We need to plug our phones in, so we went down to some unused gates and we found more crew. When we went into the food court, we found a crew that had been there since the day before. So they had flown into Sacramento on Christmas Day, sat at the airport, got hotels, come back the next day, and were sitting at the airport. So they were sitting airport standby in Sacramento, not knowing what to do. And we're just hanging out. We're just chilling, we're hanging out. And then finally I'm like, okay, so what we should probably do is, I started looking for flights back to Denver, because day 2, tomorrow, what we are supposed to do is we're supposed to work the 5 a.m. flight from Spokane to Denver, then Denver to Houston. So I was like, well, I don't think we're gonna make it to Spokane, so maybe we can make it back to Denver, so at least I can continue on the next half of the trip. The other 2 flight attendants weren't on that part of the trip. They were just there for 2 days. No flights to Denver, everything's canceled. And so I'm like, okay, well maybe we should hang out at the airport until the flight our pilots are deadheading on leaves, in case scheduling finds us all of a sudden and decides to put us on that flight. I was like, fine, I'm kind of giving up on this idea that we're gonna deadhead with our pilots to Spokane. So I called one of our crew hotels and explained, I was like, we don't have a room, but do you have open rooms? And she's like, yeah, and we can direct bill your airline. And I'm like, yay. So I was like, okay, I think we have 6 people that need rooms. I get everybody, I call back, and the hotel comes and gets us. And then my B flight attendant, who was trying to get released because she's been flying too many days, not legally, was trying to get a deadhead, get released. And she finally talked to scheduling, and she's like, scheduling is trying to fix your schedule. And I was like, don't tell her where we are. Because I was worried that we had just got to the hotel. We had just checked in. I was worried that they were gonna make us go back to the airport to take that deadhead flight to Spokane after we sat in the airport all day. Our duty day, they're gonna end it the minute we got to the hotel, which was 3:21 Pacific time, so 4:21 Denver time. So it was just shy of a 12-hour duty day. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna make us go back to the airport and take that deadhead to Spokane. Well, then the Spokane flight got canceled, so. And our schedule for tomorrow still has not changed. But that's what's happening. I am eating some Christmas leftovers, ham and scalloped potatoes. I think I'm gonna go down and meet the pilots and whoever is meeting in the bar and get a drink, and we'll just see what tomorrow holds. Not the typical kind of vlog. We are in recovery meltdown mode. I don't know, guys. I apologize from the depths of my heart if you're flying us, if you've been canceled on us, if your bags are in another city. I am so sorry, and I hope we can fix this and make it right. I am so sorry. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm on a plane. I was supposed to deadhead home to Denver. They did finally get a hold of me. Then I got assigned to work 1 to Boise and then deadhead back to Denver tomorrow. But we don't have a first officer. So we have a captain. We don't have a first officer. We'll see if we can find one. Apparently, first officer, our captains, we can't have like 2 captains fly. So we can't have a captain stand in for a first officer, which I find a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, that's what's happening. Back at the hotel. I need ice because Mama needs a drink. There's no ice on this level. So I'm gonna go get some. So I got my ice, had some drinks, ate, and now I'm in the process of getting ready for bed. This is what happened. We got a first officer. I go up front and the captain's like, yeah, this is gonna get canceled. Our plane has too much fuel on it and our first officer is about to time out, so we're not gonna be able to deal with the fuel issue. They didn't know how much fuel was on it. We also didn't have paperwork for the flight. It's easy to put fuel on a plane. It's very hard to take fuel off a plane. We were going from Sacramento to Boise. It's only an hour and 15-minute flight. We were literally gonna have to fly for 2.5 hours to be able to burn enough fuel to land. So they made the decision that, okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just fly extra long, an extra long route. I don't know, circles somewhere. I don't know. So we close up the door and are really trying to get this plane in the air because the FO has to have wheels up at 35 after the hour, but he has to be in the air by a certain time. That didn't happen. So we taxi out, we do our thing, we sit down, we're waiting for the ding. That means we're gonna take off. We get the double ding from him, which means he wants us to chat. So he announces to the people that we're going back to the gate that one of the pilots has timed out. People are mad. They're like, why did we even try? People don't understand. It's like there's paperwork and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of moving parts. We all wanted to get out. We all wanted to get to Boise. There seems to be this really awful rumor going around that we are using it for negotiation purposes because the flight attendants and the pilots are in contract negotiations. I don't know about the pilot's contract, but we've been in negotiations for 5 years. This is not a ploy. This is not a plot. We've been trying this whole time to get all of the different divisions to talk to each other. There's plenty of crews, they're just out there. Like literally crew scheduling didn't know where I was until noon today when I got a call on the van, like, are you in Denver? I'm like, no, I'm still in Sacramento. I never acknowledged that. I never got on that plane. There is a first officer right there, a pilot, and he's getting on and he's going, yay, and everyone's cheering and everyone's happy. And then another supervisor comes down and says, nope, the flight's been canceled. Per the system, it can't be reopened. So we have a whole crew, but the system doesn't allow the flight to be uncanceled. We apologized as they get off. We're like, we're so sorry, we're so sorry, we're so sorry. Because we want to move this operation forward, but we're not able to. We have a whole crew standing right there, all of us right there, and we can't do anything because the system doesn't allow us to open the flight back up or something. And they had basically canceled my day and then reinstated me back at the same hotel. And then all I have is a deadhead tomorrow. I do believe it's a technology issue. I mean, there's just no way to communicate with the schedulers for them to know where we are and what's going on. We'll see what tomorrow holds. Or I'll see you in the sky. I don't know. This vlog is so weird. So I'm gonna get in the shower. All right, headed down to the lobby. Again, bad light in the room because it's dark. It's 3:48 a.m. Got coffee. I don't know what this vlog is gonna turn out to be. I might use some of my Instagram stories to piece it all together, but let's head back to Denver today. Hopefully I'm only going to deadhead home to Denver and then I'll be done and I can take a nap. We made it. All right, so back in Denver, overlooking North Security and all the construction. It's been an adventure. I have not had the time that a lot of people have had. I mean, was jerked around, but didn't end up being stranded or spending extra days out online. Several people I know have been out for like 3 days, longer than their trip. So I'm blessed to be home. It looks like, at least in Denver, things are starting to heal. It's gonna take a long time. It's gonna take a long time for us to reunite everyone with their bags. It's just gonna take a long time. It has been crazy. It hurts my heart. I hate that this happened, and I'm just one little tiny flight attendant. I can't fix the problems. I can't do anything but show up.
And that's what we did, and most of our employees across the system showed up to be there for you, and we couldn't always successfully do what we wanted to do. But I'm not back till January 5th, and I will see you guys in the sky, hopefully.